Welcome. How are you doing? I hope everything is going your way and that you're happy, joyous. And if you're not, try to keep that positivity going, even if it is going good. Keep that positivity up. I know it's hard. Some people are not positive and you're around them, but you have to think of you and what you need to do. I thought I would come on today and just begin to start 2025 about different changes that I'm making with my budget. Now, I want to tell you some things may work for you, some things may not. Some things may not work for me. I may go tell you this isn't working and it just disappeared. I'm trying, okay? Usually, what I do is I had a budget planner from Frugality is Life. I still do. And it works better for my business side because I can write in it and give it to my accountant and make sure everything is on the up and up. We get together, we talk, and he also likes it. He has ordered it, and I'm going to get him another one, because he's been going on and happy with it. I want to get him a personal one. He's really crazy about her planner, and it's on Amazon. Okay, in her shop, Frugality is Life. And that one you don't see because that's my business, and I don't put out my business things, what's going on and all that stuff. So that's totally separate. At first I thought I was going to do that, but as we get further and further in, some things are personal in your life. Some people don't cash stuff. They do other things. Some people cash stuff and they won't do anything else, tell you about the banks and whatever. It depends on you and how much you feel comfortable about sharing, because the internet is full of other people that they don't, that you, what do you want to say? It's not in your best interest, right? And, we get scammers. Even on Etsy, we got people emailing us and trying to get a business and all this stuff and on our emails. And, we have to keep ourselves safe. Safety is number one in our life right now because things have just gotten all out of hand. We have different types of people that have come here, different types of people that have been here and have now learned how to scam. And it's not just from overseas, it's here. They're here. And they've learned and they will take whatever you have. Some person had flashed their bank account number on YouTube and boom, trouble. They had to go through all this identity stuff and everything. So, we have to be safe. We have to do what we have to do. And sometimes we can't let out a lot of information. Yeah, we want you to be happy. We want you to understand what's going on, but sometimes we can't show our bank accounts. Sometimes we don't need to show our bank accounts. There's types of devices that can filter through paper or whatever and figure out all the other information you're trying to hide. You may have paper over it or something, but it's still there, and they found a way. Okay, nothing is safe. And we have to think about that before we share. So I don't show what's going on in my business. My kids have their own businesses, my family, my mom and dad. I don't show all that, what's going on. And I'm glad to show if there's an online job or how to get an online job or something like that, or how to get jobs. That's fine. But to show your business too much, it's too much. Remember I told you sometimes silence is better. It's not just silence is golden, it's wonderful. Okay, we can't talk a lot about what's going on. And some of you have gotten into that because you tell your friend something or your sister, your brother, and they take and run with it, and you're sitting there with nothing. A business idea or something. You can't do that. You just can't share stuff anymore. And it's been that way through time. It's just not now. But people are taking people's ideas like they've been doing for years. They did it to the slaves. They did it to each other. Your friends may be doing it. Your mom, your parents. Who knows? Your brother or sister. If it makes money, they want to do it. Okay, I told you, money's not the root of all evil. It's people. Okay? And it didn't say that in the verse anyway, that money was the root of all evil. You need to go back and read that if somebody is telling you that. We have to watch what people tell us and stop taking grain of salt like, well, I heard. Well, they said. Okay, you go find out what they said. Okay? Instead of sitting there going, well, they said. Well, my mom said, well, mom may not have read the whole thing. She may have heard about it. We respect our mothers. We respect our parents. But sometimes you hear things and you take it and you run with it. So you go check what's going on. And don't follow what everybody's saying because sometimes they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so the budget, today I'm going to do the budget planner I'm going to start using in January 2025. And I've got quite a few of them because people gave me gifts. And so I had settled on this one that was given to me. The budget planner is from That Budget Babe, Chana Marie. And we're just going to flip through it. You probably have seen it. But number one, it works for me because I'm nearsighted and I take out my contacts and I can't see. Okay. And whatever. And, you know, it's like, okay, not working. So I think I'm going to try this in the front. Hope you can see. There's financial goal creator. The purpose and the motivation, you write your goal there. You notice there's not that many of them because you shouldn't have 50 goals, okay? You really shouldn't. It's just, you can only work on so much in your life, all right? And to sit there and go, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and you don't get anything done. So we don't need a whole lot of goals in our life. So both of these pages look alike. If you get the book, you don't have to fill it all up. Okay, and I'll show you the companion book that I got with it. I'll just do this one today. And so on this page, now I can close this up. She has different budget breakdowns you can use. I'm not doing that because I like to save, but I like to save more. Whatever I make, I like to save now. I don't want to spend. I live below my means, way below. And she's got different breakdowns of the 5-30-20 plan. And we talked about that, the 7-20-10, usually sometimes mostly a business plan. And the 7-25-5 breakdowns. And these are okay. I don't think they're okay for somebody that's beginning budgeting. Because you got too much leeway. And you spend like half of your income right there, 50% needs, yes, 30% wants. And I think the wants, when you're starting the budget, that's too much right now. And you're only saving 20%. I think, that's not the way to go right now. But it's good to have it in here. She has a sinking funds breakdown where you list all your sinking funds, the goal amount, and the due date. Okay, and you can divide it further, the number of pay periods until the due date, the amount to save each pay period. And over here, you put the ones not fully funded, and quarterly or yearly expenses. Now, some people, I saw somebody the other day, it looked like 100 sinking funds. And I was going, no, focus on just a few. Don't go after, it's like the goals. Don't put a whole lot of goals. Don't put a whole lot of sinking funds. Focus on the most important sinking fund that you want to get done. That's what I say. Not just a dream you want to pay off. Maybe it's a Visa card, okay? It's not fully funded, so maybe you put it here, okay? Or Christmas. Just not a whole pile that in your mind you can't get done. Maybe it's your credit cards. Maybe it's the car payment. Anything can be a sinking fund, okay? Your electricity bill can be a sinking fund when maybe you want to pay it off all year or pay off part of it, or it's gotten so big you've got no choice. So it turns into a sinking fund. Anything can turn into a sinking fund. And sinking funds can also be things you want to do pay off. Like you may want to do your car insurance all year. You may want to do your life insurance all year. Anything that you may want to do, you can do it. And then there are urgent things that you need to pay off. Maybe it's a past due, like I said, utility bill, or there's maintenance on the car. But try not to have a whole pile where you're sitting there. I looked at her page. That whole page was filled up with sinking funds. That's all was on there. These are my sinking funds. And she's been on here before I got on here. And I'm like looking at her like, what? and you know, she's putting $2 here, $1 here. You'll never get them done. They won't be finished, okay? Debt breakdown. You write down your debts, maybe the mortgage, the rent. Sometimes some people are past doing the rent. Credit cards, student loans, regular loans, auto loans, personal loans. That's regular loans. Other loans. Buy now, pay later, affirm, all that good stuff. It has trackers, okay, that you put here. Debt payment tracker, and it has a thermometer over there. Payment history, extra debt per pay, period outside of your minimum payments that you want to pay on, maybe. Or you just want to, there's some more in here. She's got duplicates. Or you can just, like if I were using it, now mine's different, I would probably kind of turn it into a savings thing of how much I was going to put toward the debt. Like if I've got an extra $100, okay, $100 there, I would keep on till I got enough to start paying off my debt on these things instead of making it just for one thing or something. But I would just keep a running tab. If you got student loans, if you don't have student loans, maybe you got regular loans. Just because it says student, cross it out and change it to loans. You can do what you need to do. Everybody says, people, we've been going by the book so much. You got to do this first and then this. They teach you that in school. Step 1, step 2. Yes, it's good to go through step 1 and step 2, but there's times when your steps don't need to be ordered by man. It needs to be ordered by you and God. So you don't have to order your steps by everybody telling you something when you look at it and you go, no, I can do it differently. Christmas budget, if you celebrate Christmas. If you don't, cross it out and say, I'm making a spending plan. Gifts, maybe it's a birthday plan, I don't know. But Christmas she has in here, Christmas gifts, stockings, expenses, food and drink, decorations, Christmas cards, and her little totals over here, okay? Total 1, 2, and 3, and then how much you actually spent right there. Okay, so over here, she has a gift breakdown, who you're buying for, how much are you budgeting for and that gift, and how much did you actually pay for the gift. Up here, you would put your overall budget. Like you may say, look, I only got $100 for gifts. Okay, and you list who you got to buy a gift for. How much did you actually spend? Maybe you spent $104. Put $104, put the year there, and off you go. Now, this is the monthly budget. Now, if you're not on monthly, but you could still do it at the end. You could break it down. Like you may be paid twice a month or once a week. But you could wait till the end and do your breakdown on this. If you're not like me, I'm a monthly budget person. I get checks more once a month, and I tell my people once a month if I can get to that. And I understand the other. I do get weekly sometimes. But monthly, the income, fixed expenses, all your bills, and you don't have to use it as a monthly thing. Maybe you want to see what are all your bills that you got all month? What's going on with me? Okay. Variable expenses, those are things that go up and down. Fixed expenses don't usually move at all. Now they can. I've seen them move. Okay. Any debt that you have, I call this the big debt. Okay, it's not just bills. This is the biggie right there coming. But fixed, maybe your house payment stays the same right there all the time, most of the time, till they try to go up. Your insurance stays the same. It's kind of fixed. Sometimes they like to throw in a surprise too, but you know they don't move like your electric bill unless you got it on a budget. And some of them move. I've seen that. You've seen that with me. They go, well, you know, it looked like you use more. It looked like you use less. They try to throw these little ringers or reasons in. Subscriptions, if you have them, Apple, could be magazine, newspaper subscription. People are starting to read, especially around here. They do a lot of newspapers thrown out in the yard. Whatever subscription you have, music, Amazon, right there. If you're paying it monthly, everyday spending funds, how much are you going to keep for yourself or anybody else? How much are you going to spend that month? Or you can keep track of it after you put in there. Okay, I'm going to spend. You could actually write it over here and then see how much did you actually spend that month. And I hope you have enough room because some of you, you know, hey, I know you. Sinking funds again. Remember our sinking funds? What do we need to fund? And, you know, like right here, instead of putting my house over here, you usually see me with sinking funds. I know my house is a sinking fund, so I always put my house right there. Okay? And like if I had a car, it would be over here. Those are things that I'm focusing on trying to pay off sinking funds. If you had a debt, if you don't want it at the debt part, which you could double up, like I said, use the book the way you want to use it, but it's sinking fund. Maybe this is the place you want to put extra money on or something. Like with my house, if I owe $1,500 a month, I may want to say, okay, under the sinking fund bracket, I'm going to add an extra $400. But you can do it any way you want to. It's okay. Don't let people tell you what to do, okay? We're not, this is not an overseer over you, like, do this right now. No, I don't want to. Okay, savings challenges, I do like this, and it kind of keeps you in check. I'm going to do these savings challenges, and right here and down here, you do your total and leftover down here. We'll try not to keep this video too long. She has a monthly bill creator, like you can put the month. And this starts at any time, even though I could start it, but I'm starting everything in January new. So, but you can write your month there, January, put your dates there, you can color it, whatever you want to do with it. She's got notes down here. And what day are the bills actually due? Because that sometimes helps people out, especially those that are being paid, you know, every 2 weeks or whatever, so that maybe the next check can help out. Monthly variable expenses, you mark it, and anything that's going up and down, and spending, and what's going on, so that you know what's coming out of you. If you're using a checking or savings account, what's coming out of there. Now, this is a payday one, and you can, now this is just that way. It doesn't say buy, it doesn't say weekly. You can use it any type of way you want to. You write your income, there's your subscriptions, the bill, debt payments that are due, variable expenses, those are the ones that move around, okay? Fixed are right there. They stay the same most of the time. Your totals down here, you got room if there's extra money, a bonus, or whatever you need. Over here, your sinking funds, if you want to add more to them or write down exactly what you're doing. Everyday spending, your savings challenges you're going to do. Maybe it's more over here, okay? And emergency spending, which I call abundance spending, okay, out of your abundance account. But either way, spending right there and your totals there. Now, she gives you one set of this, two, and then you start on your next month. Okay? And it continues like this until you get kind of to the back, and she actually gives you some in-house, I call them, savings challenges. There's your 100 envelope challenge. This is 30-day eat at home challenge with little french fries. The 52-week challenge, which goes to 1,378. This is the 26-week challenge, which is half of this, but you do know what you're going to do a little more money over here. So either way, you can spread it out or try to do both of them. It's up to you. And the last one is a no spin challenge. You pick a month, try out a no spin. So that's the book that I am picking up for 2025. And I do hope that it works out. And if it doesn't, what am I going to do? I'm going to change it. I'm going to reset. If I had to reset immediately, I'm resetting. If it does not work for me or I need something different, you can change. Okay? You are not this perpetual stone. Okay? If God wanted a stone, he would have went out there and got one. No, you are not this perpetual stone. Sorry about my talking, but who cares? I don't care. But anyway, do what you got to do. You can change. You can change your life in anything. It's not just budgeting. Remember, you can change your life. You can do whatever you want to. You don't have to listen to people telling you, don't do this. No, don't do that. I want you. You're not paying attention to me. Come on, folks. Come on. You really became an adult at 12. You were the miniature adult, but now you're a big adult. You got a mind that God gave you. Use it. Start thinking for yourself. Start reading. Start doing what you got to do. Check out internet. There's things on the internet that we didn't have before. Every day it's changing. And don't look at one thing and think you didn't check the other thing, or what somebody else is talking about. If they're telling you something, you need to go find out. And then if they're wrong, you need to be trying to figure out, why did they tell you that in the first place? That something's up. So take care, love you, hug yourself, because you are the greatest person alive. There's only one you. I don't care if you're a twin, triplet, whatever, okay? There's only one you. You have a different personality than that twin and that other triplet or quadruplet, whatever, okay? Each one's different, and I know because we have them in the family. And so everybody's different. You're allowed to be different. You're allowed to know you. You're allowed to like something. You're allowed to dislike something. You do not have to explain your life to anyone but you. You figure out you. That's the first thing. Once you get you together, you'll know what you want. But you got to get you together. Take some time to figure out you. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye, guys.